G'day there, and welcome to Camping Oz with Pete. We're Pete and Shez. We've taken 3 months off work to do a quick dash around Australia. So please come along for the ride and see what we get up to. In our first episode, we leave Queensland in our rear view mirror and make our way to the beautiful Mataranka in the Northern Territory. Along the way, we'll stop for a few overnighters at some great free camps and rest areas, before spending a couple of relaxing days soaking up everything Mataranka has to offer. From there, we'll continue through discovering Western Australia, South Australia, and working our way back up through the outback of New South Wales. With zoos full, permits are paid for, we headed off about 3 o'clock in the morning. There was plenty of fog along the Diagonal Highway. Stay posted, the lap has started. A bit of fog around going through Kilcoy. Makes it a bit difficult to see the road ahead. Day one's trip was exciting with little traffic to contend with. We left as planned at 3 AM. It was great catching up with an old friend on the way through. We arrived at Muckadilla Community Hall just outside of Roma about 1:30 PM. Had a slight mishap before being able to have lunch. We'll let the pictures and the video tell the story.
Well, this was very unexpected. Didn't anticipate to be unloading the tracks so early in the piece. Nice and easy.
Hello.
Hello.
What happened, Cheryl?
We kind of got bogged. Doesn't look like a place to be bogged. We were not expecting it, but yes, we got bogged.
It was a bit slippery on the black stuff. Got stuck over there, we did. Where are we?
Muckadilla.
Muckadilla.
Yes, what a muck up.
What a muck up. Nah, Muckadilla. Some toilets, some showers here. A little slippery out there, but we're on the hard stuff now, so we're right. Camp here for a night and then head off tomorrow morning. I'm thinking this is why no one's here. You can't get into the camp without getting bogged. Rookies. Oops. After a quick stop at Augathella for a break and a bit of brekkie, we're on the road again. We slept well at Muckadilla. Don't remember much past 7:30. Woke up like spring chickens at 4 AM, so we hit the road. After a terrific drive, we were going to stay at Tambo for the night, but we decided to skip that and go straight through. We grabbed a quick photo at Blackall before pulling up at this awesome free camp called Lloyd Jones's Weir on the Alice River in Barcaldine. Big drive today, no doubt early to bed again.
This is the Lloyd Jones Weir. It's at 13 kilometres southwest of Barcaldine. Not exactly flowing, but you can just imagine what it'll be like once it is during the wet season and it's full.
Here's a shot of the weir up the top. The river runs down to the weir here. And as we said before, once the wet season kicks in, that'll fill up and overflow and continue downriver. Pretty cool, eh?
And that's where we are camped.
This is the view from our camp. Can you hear that? Peace and quiet. Isn't that beautiful? Wacky do. Hello, mate. What's your name? Hello. What's your name? Is it Bob? What's your name? Bob Benny, is it? Talk to me. Is that right? Did you have a good day? Wait, come back here. Oh. Hey guys, this is at the top level where we're all camping. Check this out. Some toilets are just over there. Plenty of campers along here. There's our little setup just there. Pretty cool. There's Zeus, for you guys who do not know the nickname we gave this car. We call him Zeus, God of the tracks. And of course this is our Scout 15 Pop-Top Caravan. We'll probably give you a walk through the vehicle and the caravan later on throughout our videos, but for now that's known as Scout. Talk to you soon, guys. We hit the road about 4:30 this morning after an early and good quality sleep. We were supposed to stop at Winton for the night, however the run was so good we decided to put in 660 kilometres and made it to our camp in Cloncurry. Cheryl was awesome enough to share some of the driving, so we're able to get there nice and safe. 7 o'clock in the morning, guys, heading towards Winton. We've got about 142 kilometres to go, and this is just the colour of the land. It's 7 o'clock in the morning as the sun rises. Very vast, very open, beautiful. Hey guys, it's about 7:30 in the morning. We're about 60 k's out of Winton, and we're just pulling up at this little roadside rest area here. Grab a bit of brekkie for half an hour, have a break, take care of the business before continuing on. I'll give you the tip of the day, a travel tip of the day. Actually, I'll give you two. When you're stopping over at camp just for the night, you only need the basics, but anything you do get out, just pack everything away before you settle in for bed for the night. That'll make it a nice, quiet, easy getaway in the morning, and particularly if you're in a bit of a camp area where you got a few people around you, you don't have to disturb them too much. The other tip I've got for you is, if you're like us and travel early hours of the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, just be mindful that there's a lot of wildlife out there, and animal strikes are a very real possibility, and you are at a lot higher risk traveling at that time of the morning. So I guess the tip there is the speed limit might be 110. Just set between 80 and 90. Just till you start seeing some light and you can see better around you. And even more so if you're towing as well. It gives you a lot more time to react and to respond to a kangaroo or a cow or an emu or things like that walking out in front of you or hopping out in front of you. Anyway, that's the 2 tips for you. Chat soon. Hey guys, we're about 10 k's out of, what's it called? The Crocodile Dundee pub.
Let's just stop that shop.
Hey guys, we're about 10 k's out of McKinley. We've decided just to punch out some kilometres today. Everything's going so darn well, and we've been sharing the driving, and it's just been an awesome trip so far. The car and the caravan has not missed a beat.
Hi guys, we've just reached Cloncurry this afternoon after a tremendous driving effort again. Really felt quite at ease, easy traffic. So we've stopped here at the copper mine camp. It's a freedom-free camp just near the bridge here. That's the bridge. Apparently it's really nice and quiet, and we are just located here. So quite a few campers here because we've arrived after 2.
Hey guys, top of the morning to you. It's 9:30 and we're just leaving Cloncurry now. What day is it, Cheryl?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. It's 9:30 Tuesday morning. We're just leaving Cloncurry. Well, what an update we've got for you on our trip around Australia so far. So we rolled into a freedom camp yesterday afternoon around 3 o'clock. It's called Copper Mine Creek Campground. It's a freedom camp. Really nice little spot. Had a beautiful sleep, nice and quiet in Cloncurry. Anyway, as we're doing our normal afternoon stuff, I realised, hang on, we've lost both fridges. That's right, we've got no power to both our fridges in our new caravan. So we've got a little fridge, a 12-volt fridge inside the caravan. We've got a 90 litre dual zone that came with the caravan, brand new, for the outside kitchen, and no power to both. So I start looking for fuses. I find a couple of fuses that aren't blowing. I read up on my manual and it says everything is resettable. So I'm looking for something to reset. Everything that's resettable is already set and working. So we're just waiting to contact the caravan company now to try and work it out when we maybe get to Mount Isa. Anyway, just want to let you know that was a bit of a downer to the trip so far. We've got a bunch of frozen meat in the dual zone, and we had fridge stuff in the other side. But fortunately, I'm sitting there watching TV last night, and I'm thinking, oh, what can I do? What can I do? I'm going to lose all this meat. And then it dawned on me, I've actually brought the 12-volt power lead for the fridge. So the ripper, I'm going to plug that into the fridge. There's a power point inside the cabinet that holds the 90 litre fridge with the dual zone with the frozen meat. I flick it on, and guess what, guys? It worked. So we didn't lose any meat, and we were able to reuse the fridge section of that dual zone as well. Why did it work? Because we're running a 2000 watt inverter inside the caravan, which then can convert the 12 volt to 240. Or rather, is it 240 to 12 volt? I'm not an expert. But what I do know is, it worked. So, I've still got to solve the issue to get the other little fridge to work. But at this stage, it doesn't hamper us from our trip, and we haven't lost any produce or meat. Lucky break, guys, lucky break. Anyway, thanks to one of my cousins there, Maria. She was doing a bunch of Facebook stuff for us and trying to find some information on why they both just suddenly stopped working. I do believe it's to do with a fuse or something, but I can't find it, hence why I've got to give the caravan company a call. Anyway, the scenery has changed so much. So we had the open plains travelling past Winton, and even before Winton it was just all open, miles of open space. Now we're on the other side of Cloncurry. Have a quick look. Cheryl's going to take the camera for me and help me out here so I don't crash and ruin our trip big time. And she's going to have a look around and yeah, have a look at the it's going to mountains and shrubs and trees, and oh my goodness. So anyway, we'll leave it at that for now. You'll enjoy that, guys. Cheryl's filming herself. Anyway, guys, we'll leave it at that. Anyway, guys, we'll leave it at that for now. A major catastrophe avoided, and we'll give you an update as we get closer to Mount Isa. We do have to stop at Mount Isa to do the dreaded toilet run and top up our water, because we start going remote from Mount Isa. We head out to a free camp way out on the tablelands before heading towards Mataranka. Anyway, guys, talk to you soon. Hello there. I've got a helpful travelling tip of the day for you. If any of you folks decide to travel these outback roads, make sure you've got a UHF radio. Make sure you have it on channel 40. And keep an eye out for big, wide loads. There's a lot of them out here. You don't need to do anything. If you go past one, you will be told on channel 40 if you need to do anything. If they don't talk to you, you can ask them, hey, do I need to do anything? Do I need to pull over? And they'll let you know. But without that UHF radio and channel 40, you're just guessing what's coming at you, and you don't want to be stuck on these skinny little roads. Anyway, guys, that was a helpful little tip from Pete, Camping Oz with Pete. While we're here, I'll just show you how I fill my water for the van. So, good start. Find drinking water only. Plug in your little hose. I feed it back. Always make sure you carry enough hose, because sometimes you might not be so close to a water tap. But I run it out to a little filter here, which just helps filter the water. Bring it around and into our caravan. This one here, I've just put this little hose here. This is just so I can create a jamming point, so this one doesn't want to slip out. But this is pretty cool here. I picked up this at Bunnings, and it just gives you an idea of litres. This device here come from Amazon, and have a look at this. Turn it on. Oh wait, I've got to turn my tap on first, don't I? 1 second. Here we go. There we go. So I'm only going to turn on about that far. I'm not going to turn on full pressure. You can blow your tanks if you fill it too fast. The air can't escape. And then here we go. Bit of air, and then boom. Gives me a little bit of an idea of my litres. It's fairly accurate. It's definitely within a litre or two. Works well for us, particularly if we just want to top up some water. Anyway, that's how I fill the water tanks. That's my rear. and then I've still got to do my front water tank, which is here. So we carry 110 litres on the front, 110 on the back, and we've got a 90 litre grey water tank. Anyway, that's how I fill up the water, guys. Hello there. Well, after a fairly big morning in Mount Isa, we finally got some lunch and had a big rest and gave the car a good rest, and finally on our way towards Camberwell. Just a final update to the fridge saga. We lost both fridges overnight. Realised they're on the same circuit. Couldn't find the resettable circuit. Got onto the caravan company, and as it turns out, you've actually got to undo a sealed box to reach your fingers under a little area to find some little blister bubble things that you push in, and that resets the fuse, resets the circuit. So good news, we're able to reset those fridges. They're all working, everything's running beautiful on 12 volt now. The bad news for future reference is, what would have happened if we were in a remote area and there was no service whatsoever and that had happened? We wouldn't have found those circuit breakers, those resettable fuses. Anyway, long story short, we're good to go. We're on the road, and we're just going to punch through some kilometres now. It is a bit late in the afternoon, but we're just going to cruise through safely and just do a bit of an evaluation when we get to Camberwell and see how we're feeling. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Well, we made it to Camberwell. We did a quick rest stop, filled up the car, and we're still feeling pretty good. It's still daytime. My lovely wife Cheryl has decided to take the wheel to give me a break for a bit, and we've decided to push along a bit further to a place called Barclay Homestead. That'll be our next fill up point there. Again, we'll evaluate when we get there. But we'll definitely be rolling into camp pretty late tonight.
Howdy folks, we have finally arrived at the Barclays Homestead. We're going to fuel up here, have a look around quickly at this iconic homestead, and then we are going to push on, do a bit of night driving to our next stop at Antenna. So Peter's just fueling up now.
Last night we arrived at a roadside rest stop called the Antenna. We went to cook on the inside kitchen, and we found that the cooktop had popped out of its cavity. Couldn't pop it back, so we need to contact the caravan company again. Oh joy, nothing like buying a new van. Alright, we just had a little bit of a scary possible mishap at Elliot. We stopped at Elliot to top up the fuel. Never miss an opportunity to top up with fuel when you're in the when you're traveling these long distances. And what happened, Cheryl?
So I went inside to pay. Peter was filling up, had a look around the shop. He was done. Went over to pay, gave him my card to pay by FPOS, and the FPOS terminals have been intermittently down all day. So, of course, Murphy's Law strikes once again, and it didn't work for me. So the guy says to me, "Oh, sorry about that, you might have to try Australia Post." I said, "Oh, okay, no worries. Where's that, next door?" He goes, "Yeah," because I did see the sign, Australia Post, walking in. I said, "Oh yeah, no worries." So I walk out, and I'm looking at Peter, I'm going like, "I have to go to Australia Post, it's next door. Can you see it?" "I can't see it." And he goes, "Oh, come with me, let's go back in the shop." So we go back in, and I say to the guy, no, Peter says, "Oh, we're looking for Australia Post. Apparently we have to get money out of Australia Post." And the guy goes, "Yeah, just come over here to the next counter." So it takes like freaking 10 steps, sorry about the swearing, it takes 10 steps in the same counter, different terminal, and he goes, yeah, just over here. I'm going like, are you serious in my head? What do you mean next door? I walked through the door and there was no next door. So anyway, we used that terminal and it didn't work. So then he took another 5 steps back to where he comes from to use the same terminal that we used initially, and hallelujah, it worked.
I think the travel tip there, guys, is don't be rookies like us. Make sure you take some cash, stash it in your car somewhere, wherever you want to stash it, just in case the FPOS facilities don't work. Anyway, we paid for the fuel, we don't have to sweep and mop their floors, and we're about 143 kilometres from Delhi waters.
Not sure what we're going to do. We do have a cashless society.
I don't know, that's a whole other episode. Alright, see you in Delhi waters.
We stopped along the way to gather some firewood, about 40 kilometres out of Delhi waters. And as I switched off Zeus at Delhi waters, Zeus made a strange sound. Listening closely to what Zeus was trying to say, we figured out the issue was an aircon bearing, we think. We continued down the touristy thing at Delhi waters, knowing that the rest of the day was travelling in 34 plus degrees heat with no aircon.
Have you ever wondered what happened to Herbie, the famous love bug? This is the new owner, apparently.
Hello, guess what? We made it to Mataranka. We decided to stay at the homestead, Mataranka homestead. Apparently it's walking distance to the springs, and have a look at what is around our caravan. Have a look. These things are everywhere and they're friendly as they can be. We made it to Mataranka around 3 o'clock and decided to check into the Mataranka homestead, which is walking distance to the pub. We can get a nice meal. We can walk to the thermal springs from here, soak away the last few days of driving long distances, and absolutely, yeah, Cheryl's busy.
G'day.
Busy making a home, aren't you, sweetie?
Yeah.
I've been doing all the just rearranging the car. I've got to take a few things out of the caravan to put into the car so we can better access stuff in the caravan. But yeah guys, we're here. We'll catch up with you later. Top of the morning to you all. Here we are, our first morning at, where are we, Cheryl?
The Mataranka homestead.
Mataranka homestead. Going to head down to the lovely thermal pools. Bit of just a short walk from our caravan. Our caravan's up through those trees there. Bit of a look around. This is the caravan park. And then you come to this little entranceway, which is Elsie National Park. So it's a short walk down to the Mataranka thermal pool. Take a bit of a wander down and start soaking away and relaxing these tired muscles. Don't forget, you will need a parks entry pass. Fortunately, we've already got that. Have a look at how tall these
pandanus trees are. They're huge. It's a big, massive rainforesty kind of area. Easy access so far. We'll see what it's like when we get a bit closer for you. Crocodile safety. There's a few people already down here swimming, so we'll put this camera down in a second, but we'll take you up to the pools and show you the pools first. Easy, safe access into the water. There's Cheryl floating around out there, all by herself in the beautiful warm waters, mineral waters. Let's go for a walk, see what else is here. Quite a few access points here. What do you reckon of these thermal pools, Cheryl?
Wow, just absolutely wow. So crystal clear, so warm. What a pleasure to get in without having to first have heart attack, shock of the cold. This is just glorious.
Yes, it is.
I'm just floating. I feel like I'm touching the stairs. Ah, there's the man, all relaxed. Getting younger apparently, the longer he's in there. Lucky me, eh? Hey Drifter, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Wasn't that stunning? Did you enjoy yourself down there, Shay?
Absolutely.
It was beautiful. We'll go back and get some brekkie now and see where the day takes us. So this one's called Rainbow Spring. This is where the thermal spring comes up. And apparently the temperature of that water is over 40 degrees. Quite warm, and there's just no swimming in there. Not that you'd probably want to hop in there anyway, but that's where it all goes down. And then by the time it gets to where we were swimming just before, it's a beautiful, beautiful 33 degrees, roughly. All right, after heading back to the caravan for some brekkie, we've eventually made it out to Bitter Springs, to a different thermal pool. Just to give you an idea where things are, we're staying about 6 kilometres outside of Mataranka, which is where the thermal pool is.
Homestead.
At the Mataranka homestead. You drive through Mataranka and then you come to Bitter Springs. This one's about a 200 metre walk down to the circuit. Current direction, that's the current direction.
Have a good one.
Now we're just going to be floating around there. Hop out and come for a walk back. And then you just float around again. Should be pretty good. So you can hop out here.
Yeah, there's 2 places to hop out.
And have a bit of a rest and just enjoy the serenity. Or you can just keep on floating down. As you can see, you're not going very fast.
See, that's just relaxing. And here's the exit point to go back around again. I don't know if you can see it, but if you have a look through there, there's a freshwater croc trap just about there. They set that just in case the freshie does make its way up here. And then they can trap it quickly and return it further back to where it needs to be. So after you climb up the stairs, you then do this little bit of a walk back through all the woods to get back to do it all again. Well, that was awesome. Bitter Springs, definitely worth the visit. Cheryl's down there. Hello, Cheryl.
G'day.
Did you enjoy that?
Yes.
Yes?
Love that. Yes. Very relaxing, just floating with the current, which is not very strong. Just really nice and steady. Lovely.
I reckon that mineral-rich water, I feel about 12 months younger. Definitely good for your body. So parking down here is not a problem. There's plenty of room for parking. It's also got a toilet and I think a shower, but got a toilet down here as well. Bitter Springs, definitely a must-do when you're in Mataranka. Zeus did well at the doctor. He was given the all clear to use the aircon. Phew! Apparently he lost 2 out of 3 rubber dampeners, which caused a bit of a rattle through the air conditioning. He's been reassured that it's not detrimental and won't cause any further damage. I sorted out and fixed the stove and fridges for now, until we at least get back to make some warranty claims. That brings us to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.